19,509. Chris on a 19,514. Matt on 18,503.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Brian Campbell, and Chris Sarver.
.345 down, 115 left to go. Up next will be two-wheeled modified open.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Brian Campbell, and Yoder.
Yeah, not quite yet. I lied. Up next is stock, part 2, then modified.
45 seconds left.
For open, we're doing four-wheel. It's just for the... No, not... One? Yeah, for open, we're not. Okay. Only two-wheel today. So tomorrow, all four-wheel.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Brian Campbell, and Chris Sarver. "15 seconds left.
10 seconds left to go here. Graydon, Brian, Chris, Matt, and Andrew snuck his way back on the track a minute or two ago. Keep on going till you hear your name. Keep on going till you hear your name.
Yoder done.
Matt, you are the first and only one finished. 4 cars still
Andrew Chow
live.
done. Brian Campbell done. Graydon Edwards done.
There
All
we
drivers are
go.
Chris Sarver done.
Early TQ with
The race is
17.5 coming out of Graydon Edwards. 25.09 with a 4. 17.5, Heat 2, out to the track.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Let's see here.
30
Need
seconds
one
to the
more
start of
quarter
the
marshal at
race.
the end of the straightaway still. Let's close down the straightaway and let's start getting some of these cars checked in here. Just Steve across the line. Just Steve across the line.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Here, one more time, Steve.
Less
One more
than
time.
5. Steve Sarver.
Just Willie across the line. Not here. All right, just Brian across the line.
Brian Matz.
Just Terry across the line. Tony. And we are off here. Heat 2 of 17.5 two-wheeled. 5. Right now, the pack's still super close. Gap between first through third is a second and a half, now 2 seconds. Right now we got Brian in the 1, Steve 2, Tony 3, Terry 4. Let's take a look at pace here. Brian on early 25.09, Terry 19.504, Tony 19.505, and Steve
After 1 minute
19.505.
31 seconds, the top drivers are Brian Matz, Terry Brown, and Tony Wilson.
Sweeper, sweeper. It's clear. 2 down and 3. Now Brian on a 25.09. Terry on a 25.13. And Steve on a 19.503. Looks like we got Tony back going again.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Brian Matz, Terry Brown.
Catch up to a few people still. Right now you're putting yourself 8th on the grid, but every single lap you're catch up to a few people still. Right now you're putting yourself 8th on the grid, but every single lap your pace is getting better and better. Keep it up.
After
1.5
3
minutes still to go
32
here.
seconds, the top drivers are Terry Brown, Brian Matz, and Steve Sarver.
.345 down, 1:15 left to go. Terry on a 25.10, Brian on a 25.14, Steve on a 19.506, and Tony on a 16.502. Terry, right now you are a little over a half a second back from TQ. Now
1
you're a
minute
tenth
left.
of a second away from
After 4
TQ.
minutes 2 seconds,
Are a little over a half a second back from TQ. Now
1
you're a
minute
10th.
left.
Terry
Top drivers are
Brown,
Terry
you have a
Brown,
minute
Brian Matz,
left
and
to
Steve
try and
Sarver.
take that TQ away from Graydon. You are now on
45
TQ
seconds
pace. 45 seconds. 40 seconds. All right.
Rio Mulver. Lil Putton. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's see here. Just need
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Just need Earl. Just Thomas cross the line. So you still need one more Marshall next to, yeah, over there in the center, next to those orange cones right there. Well, we can get this one going. Thank you, sir. All right. Only Earl on the sound of the tone. Darren, Thomas, Kevin.
After 30 seconds,
Let these
the top
cars figure
drivers are
themselves
Fearless Leader,
out.
Lil Putton, and Rio Mulver.
Straight away, straight away, straight away. Go inside, go inside, go inside straight away. Go inside it straight away. Your early leader, Kevin Foch in the 1, Alex 2, Thomas
After
3,
1 more minute
Rio
left, the top
4,
drivers are Fearless Leader,
and
Lil
then
Putton, and Thomas
Earl,
Tran.
I believe 5. I wasn't sure if that was Earl or Darren's car.
2 minutes left. The top drivers are Lil Putton, Thomas Tran, and Rio Mulver.
With a
Lil Putton, Thomas Tran, and Rio Mulver.
Rio, Kev 18508, and Earl
2 minutes left.
18510.
After 3 minutes 1
Alexander
second.
now at a
The top
2503.
drivers are Lil
Thomas still in that
Putton, Thomas Tran, and
2505.
Rio
We'll
Mulver.
see you again soon. A minute 45 left to go in this one.
After 3 minutes 31. 1 minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Lil Putton, Thomas Tran, and Fearless Leader.
45 seconds.
45 seconds
left to go, gentlemen. Thirty seconds. 30 seconds.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Thomas Tran, Lil Putten, and Fearless Leader.
Thomas up to a 25.03 with a 1. Alexander on a 25.04 with a 3. Kevin on a 25.11. Rio on a 19.501. And Earl 19.514. Alexander is a little under half a second back from Thomas. This last lap here.
Rio Malver done. Thomas Tran done. Finished.
Alex, you were done. Earl, you were done. Thomas Tran taking the TQ. Alexander 2, Kevin 3. 25.05 with a 5.
The race is completed.
$13.5 four-wheel out to the track. I see Chris, Willie, and Terry on my heat sheet.
Less than 5.
One at a time. Well, I'll just have you go across the line here real quick. I'll get that fixed. Cool. Sorry, just a second. Just got to add this guy into the system real.
Todd Templeman.
I think that's Chris. All right, and then just Chris across the line real quick. Sorry about the delay, guys.
Chris Sarver.
All right, we are good to go. Laps to be Chris, Terry, Mike, and Todd. All right. Let those cars get over there. Only Chris on the sound of the tone. Terry, Mike, Todd. Plenty of racing time left.
After 30
Careful
seconds,
sweeper,
the
careful
top drivers
sweeper.
are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Todd Templeman. Af
1:45 down, 3:15 left to go. Probably the most spaced out race so far today. Let's look at Chris right now. Mike's got about 10 seconds over Terry. Terry's got 15 seconds on Chris. Chris has got 12 seconds on Todd. Right now, every car is about a 2 crash distance away from the next.
After 2 minutes 30
down,
seconds,
2:30 to
the
go.
top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
Running order, Mike, Terry, Chris, and Todd. Still those same fast laps, still the same running order. Mike's on a 21.502, Terry 20.509, Chris 18.508, and Todd 17.518. .330 down, 130 left to go.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
Best, let's see here. Ooh, I like the orange as it goes across the line. Which one's that? Todd, you have won the sickest paint scheme of this race award. 1 minute left to go.
The top drivers are
25.09, Chris on an 18.507, and Todd on a 16.501. Fast lap still that same 13.9 out of Mike. Super consistent run for Mike so far. 14.5 average, 13.9 fast.
31 seconds. The top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
It looks like every lap he's getting closer to lowering that average. 15 seconds left to go. All right, 3 seconds left. Remember, don't stop till you hear your name. Keep on going.
Todd Templeman done.
There's Todd. Waiting on two more. There's Mr. Mike, and here comes Sir
finished.
Terry. All right,
Terry
Mike
Brown
taking
done.
on that one at 21.506. Early TQ and 13.5 wheeler.
The race is completed.
Up next, it's time for some short course action.
Graydon Edwards. One minute to the start of the race. Tail Whip.
Let's go.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
1, 2, 3, 4 corner marshals. One at the far end of the driver's stand, one at the Protect banner, and one here on the opening. Everybody's checked in. Bring around, line them up. Let's go. Person. One person.
Less than 5.
Rio, you could help out. You got plenty of time. The other end of the driver's stand, please. I'm going to start calling people. You got it? Okay, he's got it. Never mind, he's got it. Oh, Marcroft's got it. There, thanks, Brian Marcroft. Okay, we got it. Okay, here we go. Vince, you're going on the tone. Rio, yeah, it's right there next to him. How about? Thank you, sir. And Vince on the tone. Graydon, Alexander, Andrew, and Mike. 5 minutes to throw. Fast lap
After 30
16.2.
seconds, the top drivers are Lil Putton, Vince Lim, and Graydon Edwards.
Two laps and he's still holding it. We're starting to get these short courses figured out. A bunch of guys are making cool stuff with Vision Racing. Makes a really good chassis. That's
4
what
minutes and
Alexander's
1 minute,
running.
1 second. The
6 Vince 19.507. Mike had that slow first lap, but he'll be back. .15.5 fast lap out of Vince, and he takes over the lead.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Putton, and Tail Whip.
Vince with a 15.5. Alexander just had his fast time of 15.6. Next up is Stadium Truck. And then we'll go back into the invitational round. Those of you in the open classes, you can go ahead and
3
start your
minutes
lunch.
left.
We'll do
After 2 minutes, 1 second.
invitational.
The top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Putton, and Tail Whip.
And then we'll take a lunch. So Vince in the front, 19.504. Alexander, 19.506. Mike now on a 19-lap run, 19.513. So he's closed the gap.
Drivers are
Close
Vince Lim,
together on
Lil
their
Putton,
time.
and Tail Whip. Two minutes left. After 3 minutes,
With
2
that,
seconds.
Alexander takes. Okay. Vince is 1.3 back. Mike is now 0.8, so he's in this fight too.
Seconds left.
Catch him.
Finished.
All right.
Tail Whip done.
Alexander takes the 1, Vince the 2, Mike the 3.
The race is completed.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Look at that. Oh, that's totally me. Send me that link. All right, we're going to need corner marshals out here for this. There's 3 trucks in this one.
Dan Jefferson. Vince Lim. Slim. 1 minute to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right.
Tail Whip.
Coming back to a good one here. Looks like we'll need some volunteers.
30
Yeah, I got a
seconds
few
to
of
the
these
start
guys
of the
back
race.
to back here. Yeah, I got a
seconds
few
to
of
the
these
start of
guys
the
back
race.
to back here. Sure.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Sure.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's see.
Less than 5.
All right. Around was going to be Vince, Mike, and Dan. Got all 3 of you guys checked in. The titans of our local stadium truck class. Definitely the 3 best drivers. Lamaco, Nguyen, Jepiton. Only Mr. Lamaco on the sound of the tone. Mike. Dan. Mike. Dan. All right. We are off here. 13.5 stadium truck. One of my favorite classes personally.
Dan
Of our classes will be racing today. I think this is going to be the closest battle out of all of them throughout the qualifying and main.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
A minute into this one, we got a 1.5 second separation between first through third. Now a 2 second separation. Dan in the 1, Mike a second back from Dan, Vince a second back from Mike. Mike 1.7 back from Dan. Vince half a second back from Mike.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan
Just
Jeppesen,
going to keep
Tail
calling
Whip,
out
and
the
Vince Lim.
separation here. Right now, Dan on a 21.511 back from Mike. Your leader, that yellow and white car into
3 minutes left. After 2 minutes
purple
1 second,
and
the top
orange cars.
drivers
Look
are
at the three. Dan on a 21.512. Vince on a 25.04. Mike on a 25.09. Dan's 3.5 seconds ahead of Vince. Vince is 3 seconds ahead of Mike. Let's see. Dan last time around, fast lap. All three of them ran their fast laps of the race last time around. 14.6 out of Dan, 14.8 out of
2
Vince,
minutes left.
14.8 out of
After
Mike. The gap was 4 seconds between first and second. We'll see this time around. Down to half a second. All right. Daniel
After 3 minutes,
Jeppesen
32
lead
seconds,
has
the
shrunk
top drivers
dramatically
are
with
Dan
that bubble
Jeppesen,
on that
Vince
last
Lim,
lap.
and Tail Whip.
Dan now 0.6 of a second ahead of Vince. We'll see right here. Up to a second. 3:45 down, 1:15 left to go. 3:45 down, 1:15 left to go. Dan, Vince, and Mike. 14.6 out of Vince right there. We'll see Dan's lap time right here. 14.9. Separation, 0.6 of a
left.
second. You got
After 4
1
minutes,
minute
2
left to
seconds,
go.
The top drivers are Dan Jeppesen, Vince Lim, and Tail Whip.
Basically a 14.9 right there out of Vince. We'll see Dan. 14.6. 0.8 of a second is the separation.
45 seconds left.
Mike with fast lap of the race last time around. Another 14.6. 14.605. Oh, Jeppesen gets it sideways. That might give the lead over to Lamaco.
30 seconds
Indeed,
left.
it does. Vince
After
Lim
4
up to the
minutes, 32
one.
seconds, the top drivers are
Jeppesen
Vince
now
Lim,
0.8
Dan
of a
Jeppesen,
second
and
back.
Tail Whip.
Mike is 5 seconds back from Jeppesen. 20 seconds left to go in this race. 15 seconds.
15 seconds left.
Dan 0.7 of a second back from Vince. Five seconds left to go. Remember, don't stop till you hear your name. Dan's 0.1 of a second back from Vince now. Oh man, Vince and Dan race hard.
Vince Lim done.
Vince, you got caught. 25.02 with a 4. Let's see what Dan has right here.
Dan Jeppesen done.
25.02
All drivers are
flat.
finished.
Dan, fast lap of
Tail
the
whip
race
done.
on the very last lap, 14.5. Dan 25.02, Vince 25.02, Mike 25.11. We'll see what happens.
The race is completed.
All right, going to get back into the invite here. After we do this round of invite, we are going to take the draw.
One minute to the start of the race. Minute to the start of the race. Start of the race.
All right, 17.5 heat. All right, 17.5 heat 1.
30 seconds to the
Out to
start
the
of the
of our invitational.
1 minute to the start of the race. 1 minute to the start of the race.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see.
45
Corners,
seconds to the start of the
corners.
race.
Sammy, Aaron, Jeff.
30 seconds to the start of the race. Ryan, 30 seconds to the start of the race. Ryan Johnson. Daniel Matz.
All right, we got check. All right, we got checks on everybody. Still need one more corner marshal next to Mr.
15
PDX
seconds to the
RC
start of the
Underground
race.
himself. Next to Mr.
15
PDX
seconds to the
RC
start of the
Underground
race.
himself. One volunteer corner out to the center. Drivers look ready. Keep it clean on the sound. Look ready. Keep it clean on the sound of the tone. Sound of the tone.
Seconds. The top drivers are Daniel Matz, Tail Whip, and Darren Smith.
All right. Daniel taking off like a rocket, 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the pack. That's that red car going to the back. AE jump right now, shooting down the straightaway. When do we remove all the loads of the pack? That's that red car going to the back. AE jump right now, shooting down the straightaway. When do we remove all of those banners? Anyways, nice blue wall now, not the AE's banners. Anyways, nice blue wall now, not the AE wall anymore. Mike into Darren 3.
Whip and Darren Smith.
Daniel, 9502 Mike, 19512 Darren, 18511 Ryan, 18513 Vince, and 17503 Earl. 18513 Vince and 17503 Earl. With that said, all that is just tiebreakers. What really matters is your position in this race. And right now, Daniel's got that top 3.5 second gap over the field. Dan, Mike, Darren, Ryan, Vince, and Earl. Dan, Mike, Darren, Ryan, Vince, and Earl. Go!
The top drivers are Daniel Matz, Tail Whip, and Darren Smith.
This is exactly the race Daniel was hoping for here. Daniel was hoping for here. Mike 2, Darren 3, Vince 4, straightaway, go outside, it's clear. Clean driving right
After
there. That could have been a
31
massive
seconds,
crash for the two
top
of you.
drivers are Daniel Matz, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim. Vince Lim.
Closest battle on the track, Earl and Darren. Did they go across the line right there? That blue and green car is Earl. That green car is Darren.
2 minutes
That
left.
might be Darren's
After
chance
3
to
minutes, 2
strike.
seconds. The top
3 down
drivers
car is Darren.
2 minutes
That might
left.
be Darren's
After
chance
3
to
minutes, 2
strike.
seconds. The top
3 down,
drivers
2
are
to
Daniel
go.
Matz,
3 down,
Tail
2 to
Whip, and
go.
Vince Lim.
Earl there, just going a little wide on the straightaway, not losing much time. Just going a little wide on the straightaway, not losing much time. Dan, Mike, Vince, Earl, Darren, and Ryan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3:30 down, 1:30 left to go. 3:30
After
down,
3
1:30
minutes,
still to
32
go,
seconds.
drivers. Daniel, Mike, Vince, Darren, Earl, Ryan. Mike is
minute
2
left.
seconds back
After 4
from
minutes, 2
Daniel
seconds.
now.
The top drivers are Daniel Matz, Tail Whip, and Vince Lim.
Ryan and Earl, closest battle on the
45
track
seconds
for that.
left.
That green car in the 4, that black and red's in the 5, that blue and
30
green in
seconds
the
left.
6. Closest battle. 20 seconds left to go, drivers. 20 seconds left. Ryan trying to
Darren Smith done.
find his way around. Here we
Tail
go.
Whip done.
Not gonna
Earl
see the
Beaton done.
angle.
Ryan Johnson done.
Daniel
All
taking the
drivers are
1,
finished.
Mike 2, and Vince
Vince Lim
3. All right, 17-5. Heat 2.
Jovi. 1 minute to the start of the race. Kalis Low. Launch it.
5 and Bryant in the 6.
Less than 5.
All right, got a whole bunch of fast guys here. You guys know the drill. Don't hit each round of the tone. Right back. A win in this one would mean a lot. We got a lot of really fast guys in this race. It's going to be hard to get a top spot here.
Launch it.
your leader, Jovi. There he goes across the line of that orange car with those white tires. Here comes Kalis and Kenny. The white and blue and the all white. There's Brian, a little blue and yellow action. And rounding out the back of the pack, we got James in that blue and yellow car with some orange flames. Kalis
After 1
and
minute, 30
Kenny right now
seconds,
nose to
the
tail
top
the
drivers are
story
Jovi
of
Levin,
this
Kalis Lowe,
race.
and launch it.
A little over 130 down. Kenny still all over the back of Kalis. Great seeing him out at the track again, both of them. 2 down, 3 to go, 2 down, 3 to go, drivers.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Jovi Levin, Kalis Lowe, and launch it.
Kenny gets swirly. Kalis gets it wrong too. That was his chance to break away. But now instead we got a 3-car battle for that second spot. Bryant, Kenny, Bryant, 2, 3, and 4.
After 2 minutes,
Careful,
30
James.
seconds,
You already know the
top
drill. You
drivers
are a
Jovi
pro.
Levin, Kalis Lowe,
Flat, 14 flat, nose to tail, 2, 3, and 4. A little wide on the sweeper. Kenny's is a little
2
bit
minutes
less here. 7 seconds over the field. He's got 2 minutes to maintain that lead. Kenny Root and Kalis, the cars I'm keeping my eyes on. Don't count out Bryant. He is right there as well. There's Root across the line, 14 flat. Low with a 14-1. Mira Fuente. Jovi, Kenny, Kalis, Bryant. Four down, 1 to go. 4 down.
Slow.
Looks like that was Kalis getting it wrong. If I'm seeing this right, that means we got Bryant up to the 3, Kalis back to the 4. 45 seconds left to go. Jovi's got 7 seconds over Kenny. Kenny's got 3.5 over Bryant. Bryant's got 2.
22 seconds. The top drivers are Jovi Levin, launch it, and Bryant Myra Fuente.
Man, I have not touched on it much in this race because of the
15
great
seconds
battles
left.
going on at 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. But Jovi with a very dominant run here. There was not Kenny Root. You are the first and only one done so far.
Bryant Myra Fuente
There's
done.
Bryant. Here
Jovi
comes
Levin
2
done.
more. Just waiting on
Kalis Lowe done.
James.
All drivers are finished.
Top
James
3
Paulson
here.
done.
Jovi, Kenny, Bryant. Nice run, guys.
The race is completed.
Maybe I misunderstood you earlier, or maybe it's set up weird. But from what you said earlier, I thought it was like all points, or not all points, but like you get points in each round, like first place. But over here, it's showing it by time or route. Okay, it's just not relevant. I didn't tell them the whole thing.
Josh McCall,
Okay.
Chad Kramer, Dan Jefferson,
We'll wait for on the 4 and Chad in the 5.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, corners look ready. Drivers look ready. Keep it clean on the sound of the
15
tone.
seconds to the start of the race.
Here in our invitational races today. Remember, all that matters is your position in the race. "30 seconds into this one here. Let's take a look as
After
they go
30
around.
seconds, the
We
top
got
drivers are
Ty
Chad
in the
Traylor,
1.
Josh
Josh taking over the lead right there. Ty falling back to the 2. Daniel doing a backflip or front flip or something. Anyways, he's back on the track again. Gonna be right there next to Ryan
1
now.
minute,
Got a
the
2-car
top
battle for
drivers are
first. Got a
Josh
2-car
McCall,
battle
Ty
for
Traylor, and
third.
Dan Jefferson.
Josh McCall leading us around pink, white, and green. The colors on his car as he goes across the line right there. 14.5 out of him. Ty not far back. Pink, white, and blue had a 14.7 out of him last lap. Dan with fast lap of the race, 14.1 last time around. 130 down, 330 left to go. 130 down, 330 still to go.
The top drivers are Josh McCall, Ty Trailer, and Dan Jefferson.
Chad with some generous cornering on Ryan there. 150 down, 310 left to go.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Josh McCall, Ty Trailer, and Dan Jefferson.
To go. Right now, Ty's a second back from Josh. Josh, Ty, Dan, Chad, and... $130 left to go here.
Jefferson.
Josh has 2.5 seconds over Ty. Ty has 2 seconds over Dan. Dan is 10 over Chad. And Chad is 7 over Ryan. 4 down, 1 final minute left.
1 minute left. After
40 seconds to go. That pink car and that yellow car around the Chad pole, around the 180. Go 25 seconds left to go. Let's see. Dan's 5.5 seconds back from Josh. Gonna need to hope for a minor miracle here.
15 seconds left.
Or a crash. Coin flip, really. Josh, Dan, Ty, Chad.
Ty Trailer done.
Ty, you are the first and only one done.
Ryan Bibko done.
All right, Josh with the 1 there. Dan in 2 and Ty 3.
The race is completed.
Two-wheeled modified buggy.
Here. 1 minute to the start of the race. Croft. 45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, just giving Justin a tiny bit more time here. Let's see, just need one more quarter marshal at the end of the straightaway. Thank you, sir. All right, we can line these cars up here. It'll be Kevin in the 1, Robert 2, Brian 3. I'm not starting, don't worry, friend. Justin will be in the 4 when he gets here, and Ryan 5. Win it that first corner. You can definitely lose it though. Keep it clean on the 4th tone. Old habits die hard with that 4th tone thing. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Coming up on second lap completed here.
After 30
We got
seconds,
Robert
the top
Bacosi leading us
drivers are Robert
around.
Bacosi,
Kevin in the
Fearless
2,
Leader,
or
and
Brian
Brian
3,
Marcroft.
Justin 4, and Ryan 5. If I remember correctly, last time around, Rebus had a maneuver here. That was insane.
Hall
Brake control
and
out of
Fearless
Ryan
Leader.
there. Wow. That was crazy. Kevin in the 4 and Brian.
Drivers are Robert Bacosi, Ryan Rivas, and Justin Hall.
Robert Bacosi lead us around that blue and yellow on that car. And Marcroft 5, that blue car.
3 minutes left. 2 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Robert Bacosi, Ryan Rivas, and Justin Hall.
Gap. Last time around, Rivas ran a second faster than Bacosi on lap time, 14-1 to 13-1. We are halfway through this race, and Ryan is done. Robert, Ryan, Justin, Kevin, and Brian. It is not common. 3 down, 2 to go. 3 down, 2 to go. White. Rebus in 2. Black and red with those yellow tires. 13-2, 13-3. 3.5 seconds is the separation. We got 1:40 to go still. Justin's in 3rd, Kevin 4th, Marcroft 5th. I think I said Rebus is apparently driving harder, 13 flat. Bacosi gets swirly, 1 minute to go. 2.7 seconds was the separation. We are slowly seeing this tick down. Looks like 2.4 here. 1.8 seconds is the separation. To the 1, now Bacosi's playing catch up. Bacosi half a second back from Rebus. Now Bacosi's turning up the heat. 13-3 out of Rebus, a 13 flat out of Bacosi. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds left, drivers. And Marcroft, you got caught. Hall and Focht.
Fearless Leader done. All drivers are finished.
Focht making sure he gets his lap back from Hall. I respect it.
The race is completed.
Rebus with the win. Bacosi 2 and 5. Heat 2. After this, we will be taking a 30-minute lunch break here.
Ashon Bristol, Jeff Phelps, Sammy Moran, Aaron Brooks. 1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we got checks on everybody.
45 seconds to the
Gonna
start
need
of the
some
race.
volunteer marshals. Let's see. Just what'd you say? Laps to be Sammy, Aaron, Jeff, and Ashen.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Quarters ready. Drivers
Less than
ready.
5.
Keep it clean on the sound of the tone. And we are off. Chaotic start right there.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Aaron Brooks, and Sammy Moran.
One minute in here.
Are Ashon Bristol, Aaron Brooks, and Sammy Moran.
Ashen rocking that black and white car. Around the Karen pole he goes. Aaron and Sammy 2 and 3. It looks like I see 2 cars with the USA color scheme. Phelps in 4 right now.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
Ashton continues to lead us around. Looks like we are down a car. And these two blue and red cars cannot stay away from each other. Is that the second or the third time this race?
3 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
Even some of the fastest guys out here have
After
been
2
having a
minutes,
hard time with
31
this middle
seconds,
section.
The top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
That middle section to initially be two different rollers, but then some mod guys were a little too fast. All of a sudden, we got a big jump in the middle. Three down, two to go. Three
2
down,
minutes
two
left.
to go.
After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
Ashton's long gone here. 10 seconds over the other two cars. Sammy in 2, Aaron in 3.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
Pretty spaced out once again. Oh man, time for my favorite game. Who's got the best paint scheme?
1 minute.
Right now, Ashton's got 12 and a half seconds over Sammy.
45
Sammy's got
seconds
5
left.
seconds over Aaron. Aaron's got 15 laps over Jeff or so right now.
Seconds. The top drivers are Ashan Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Aaron Brooks.
Fifteen
15
seconds to go.
left.
15 seconds to go here. Good hustle.
All drivers are finished.
All
Aaron
right.
Brooks done.
That race is done. Ashton with the win. Sammy in 2, Aaron 3.
The race is completed.
All right. Oh, perfect timing. 30-minute lunch break. The time now says 12.
Graydon Edwards. Sixteen two. Seventeen three. 1688.7. Terry Brown. 15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5. 21.5. 16-2. Sixteen two. 16-4. 33.2. 29.1. 15-4. 48 flat. 17 flat. 17-1. 6.6. 36 point Daniel Matz. 19 flat. 20.3. 15-7. 16-5. 16-1. 14-8. 16-8. 15-7. 17-7. Andre S. 17 flat. Brian Marcroft. $37.1. 43.4. 14-9. 14 flat. 27.1. 47.4. 15-1. 19-1. 23.6. 142.8. 16-7. 19-6. Brian Campbell. 17-8. 14-6. 17-9. 16 flat. 19-1. 14-7. 44.5. 35.8. 52.9. 53.2. 14-8. 18-5. 15-8. 15-5. 14-6. 15-5. 23.6. 16-7. 18-4. 'Launch it. 14-6. 14-1. 53.5. 14-4. 14-1. 14-3. Aaron Brooks. 15 flat. 14-3. Hutton. 14-2. 25.5. 15-5. 22.1. 14-2. 14-6. 14-7. 119.5. 15. 14-3. 15-4. 14-5. 14-2. 13-9. 14-3. 13-5. 15-7. 17-3. 38.3. 14 flat. 16-2. 15-5. 17-3. 14-1. 15-4. 14-3. 18-2. 36.6. 13-8. 16-9. 15-1. 39.4. 17-5. 14-5. 14-9. 13-8. 14 flat. 14-8. 14-7. 14 flat. 14-2. 46.5. 105.5. 14-6. 13-8. 18-4. 15-3. 15-1. 22.2. 18-4. 10-6. 103.6. 14-2. 13-9. 27.9. 14-1. 16-7. 18-1. 28.7. 18-5. 41.1. 14-7. 17-2. 14-1. 13-9. 18-3. 14 flat. 14-5. 155.2. Fifteen four. 15-7. 14-9. Aaron Brooks. 13-9. 14-6. 52.4. 15 flat. 144.9.
5-minute call, okay. We'll get going here in like 5 minutes. For invite, we'll be just getting started here in 5 minutes for invite.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
Yeah, but we have 6 rounds of invite and 3 rounds of open, so we gotta be able to stick them in there. Yeah, no, it'll be 1 round of invite, then open will be up after that. That's a good idea. Dan and Chad. What's up? If you All right, let's see. Ty, Darren, Ryan, Daniel, and Chad will be racing in this one. Our corners are going to be Ashen, Justin, Sammy, Jeff, and Kevin.
"1 minute to the start of the race.
Let's get our modified drivers out to corner. Ashen, Justin, Sammy, Jeff, and Kevin. And we'll need 1 volunteer as well. I count 3. Let's see.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
Volunteers at this point. Let's see.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Close down straight away for speed. Let's get Ty across the line. Just Ty, only Ty.
Less than 5. Ty trailer.
Darren across the line.
Darren Smith.
And we are good to go. A lineup's going to be empty spot in the 1 for Wyatt. Ty in the 2. Because the invite here absolutely can lose it. Keep it clean on the sound of the tone. Round 3 of our invite out here at PDX RC Underground. Get started after a little bit of a lunch break. Let's see how they do here. 1 lap in. Ty, Dan, Darren, Ryan, and Chad. 1, 2 different groups separate themselves. Ty and Dan pulling away. Ryan, Darren, and Chad all there together. There we go. Nice inside pass. First bubble out of Ty. Just swoops right in. Let's see if he can break away or if Ty's going to hold on. Match his. Getting the short end of the stick there. Ryan 3, Darren 4, Chad 14.5. He's staying right there on pace. Ryan 15.1. Everyone ran a fast lap of the race last lap. 14.4 for Dan, 14.5 Ty, 15.1 Ryan, 15.4 Darren, 15.4 Chad.
Ty trailer and Ryan Bibko.
Ty back up to the 1. Started my computer screen a little too long. Missed that pass. Looks like Dan must have made a mistake of some kind. Ty in the 1, Dan in the 2. A second and a half is the separation right there. Ryan 3, Darren 4, and Chad 5.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Ty Trailer, Dan Jefferson, and Ryan Bibko.
Matters is your placement in each race you have. Doesn't matter if you take first and you are the 7th fastest guy of the round.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Ty Trailer, Dan Jefferson, and Ryan Bibko.
Ty and Dan right there together. Dan gets a little nervous. Gonna flip it over. Darren right now 3, Chad 4. Darren gets it on his side. He saves his car, but he's not going to save his spot. Chad up to the 3, Darren to 4, Ryan right there in the 5. 3, 4, and 5 separated by a second and a half
2
right
minutes
now.
left. After 3
Honestly,
minutes,
probably
1
a little
second,
bit less.
The top drivers are Ty Trailer, Dan Jefferson, and Chad Kramer.
Ty still holding on to that top spot. Daniel in tow.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Ty Trailer, Dan Jefferson, and Chad Kramer.
Ty's got 5 seconds over
1 minute
Dan.
left.
Dan's got 5.5 over
After 4
Chad.
minutes, 2
Chad's got
seconds,
5.5
the
over
top
Ryan,
drivers
and
are Ty
Ryan's got
Trailer,
15
Dan
over
Jefferson, and Chad
Darren.
Kramer.
45 seconds left to go. Ty, Dan, Chad, Ryan, and Darren.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ty
Oh
Trailer,
man, Ty and Dan
Jefferson,
right there
and Chad
together. Ty
Kramer.
gets it wrong. Dan up to the 1. Ty back to the 2. 20 seconds left to go. They'll get this lap and one more, it's looking like.
15 seconds left.
Careful, Darren. This is 1 and 2 right behind you.
Dan Jefferson done. Ty Trailer done. Darren Smith done.
Waiting on 2 more.
Kramer done.
Daniel Jefferson taking on that one. Ty 2nd and Chad 3rd.
The race is completed. Kalis Lowe. James Paulson. Jovi Levin. Ryan Johnson.
All right,
to the start of
let's
the race.
see here.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
No, we didn't.
The race.
Got drivers. Lineup's going to be Bryant in the 1, Jovi in the 2, James in the 3, Daniel in the 4, Kalis in the 5, and Ryan in the 6.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
All right. Corners ready. Drivers ready. Let's keep it clean. On the sound. And we, 1 lap in, we got Jovi out of the 1. Bryant 2. Brown, Jovi,
After
and
30
Daniel
seconds,
both
the
took a
top
1 in
drivers are
their
Jovi Levin,
races.
Bryant Myra Fuente, and James Paulson.
Let's see what they can do here. Looks like Jovi is starting off strong. Got a very small lead over Bryant right now, a little under a second. Kalis in 3rd, Ryan 4, Daniel 5, and James 6. 1 minute down. 4 minutes still left to go. Plenty of time left
4
in
minutes
this
after 1
one.
minute 1 second. The top drivers are Jovi Levin, Bryant Myra Fuente, and Kalis Lowe.
Jovi continues to hold on to that lead. A few crashes right there. We'll
After
see what
1
that
minute,
does to
31
standings
seconds,
next time we cross
the
the
top drivers
line.
are Jovi Levin, Bryant Myra Fuente, and Kayla Slow.
Ryan and Daniel going back and forth. Ryan going a little bit too forth, going off the track. Joby and Brian, 1 and 2. Brian got it wrong. Going to give Joby a bit of breathing room.
3 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Jovi Levin, Bryant Myra Fuente, and Kayla Slow.
All right, now we got Joby, Bryant, Kalis, Ryan, James, and Daniel.
Drivers
Ryan
are
is
Jovi
4
Levin,
over
Bryant
James,
Myra Fuente, and
and
Kayla Slow.
James has 1.5 over Daniel.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Jovi Levin, Bryant Myra Fuente, and Kayla Slow.
.315 down, 145 left to go. Joby, Bryant, Kalis, Ryan, James, and Daniel. 345 down, 115 still left to go. 4 down, 1 final minute left to go.
After 4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are Jovi. 45 seconds left. 30 seconds left.
20 seconds left to go. 2 seconds. Joby and
Bryant,
Kalis
Myra
are done.
Fuente done.
Bryant, you're done. Ryan, you are
Ryan
finished.
Johnson
2
done.
more.
Daniel Max done.
And James.
All drivers are finished.
Joby with the 1.
James Paulson
Bryant
done.
with the 2. Kalis with the 3.
The race is completed.
All right, 1 quick second. Good to good to check him in. Check him in.
Launch it. Earl Newton. Vince Lim.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Tail whip.
And then the heats have been set up for open because a few people were asking.
To the
On
start of the
everyone.
race.
Let's close down the strip for open because a few people were asking.
To the
On
start of the
everyone.
race.
Let's close down the straightaway. Your lineup's going to be Earl 2, Josh 3, leave spot 4 open,
45
Mike
seconds
5,
to the
and
start
Kenny
of the
6.
race. "30 seconds to the start of the
All right.
race.
Corners look ready, drivers look ready. Oh, are any of you guys grabbing this one? Okay, cool. All right.
15 seconds
Keep it
to
clean
the
on the
start
sound of the
race.
tone. And we are off. Exciting start here. All right, here we go. One lap in. Vince, Josh, Kenny, Earl, and Mike. 1, 2, and 3 driving all over the top of each other. They look more like rock crawlers at the moment.
After 30 seconds.
There we go.
the
Vince
top
getting it
drivers are Vince
wrong.
Lim, Josh
One
McCall,
mistake from
and
first
Lon-
one to win 5. Josh and Kenny. No,
After 1 minute left, the top
not
drivers are
quite
Josh
going to
McCall,
happen there.
Lon
Kenny all
Jack,
to the back
and
of
Earl Newman.
McCall. Gives the spot back. And Ross Newton, I see, up to the 1. Earl Newton indeed is up to the 1. Kenny Rudin 2. Josh McCall 3. Clean it up, guys. This is looking like a novice race. Action for a
And Vince
second.
Lim.
Half a lap later, we are back to this 2-car battle. Looks like Vince Lim has worked his way back into the mix. He's that purple and orange. Much time right now. 2:30 down, 2:30 still left to go. $13.999.
The top drivers are Josh McCall, Lon Jack, and
13.8
Vince
out of
Lim.
Kenny. Oh my gosh. Not has a minute and a half left to hold him off.
After 3 minutes,
The easy
32
part's getting all
seconds,
caught up.
the
The
top
hard part's
drivers are
finding your way
Josh
around
McCall,
the person who wants to
Lon
go.
Jack-
Insane pass. Kenny's been driving out of his mind this race. Another 13.9 out of him right there. Yo, what did you eat for lunch? 1 minute left to go.
1 minute left.
Kenny in the 1 and 14 flat
After 4
again.
minutes, 3 seconds. The top
Josh
drivers
2,
are
Vince
Lon Jack,
3, Earl
Josh
4,
McCall,
Mike
and Vince Lim.
5.
$13.9
13.9 out of Kenny. The 1, Josh in the 2, Vince in the 3, Earl in the
After
4,
4 minutes,
Mike in the
33
5.
seconds, the
Josh
top
with his
drivers
fast
are
lap of the
Lon
race
Jack,
right there,
Josh
14
McCall,
flat.
and Vince Lim.
Three seconds left to go.
Josh. Vince Lim done. All drivers are finished.
And just because he felt
Launch it
like
done.
it, Kenny reset the fast lap again on the last lap of the race. Kenny with the win, Josh in 2, Vince in 3.
The race is completed.
All right, he won a mod.
Robert Bacozzi. Aaron Brooks. Ryan Rivas. 1 minute to the start of the race. Brian Marcroft.
All right, we got checks on everyone. Let's get our corners out to the track. Let's see.
45
Still
seconds to the
need
start of the
2
race.
spots covered, it looks like. You got one? Okay. 1 spot left. Need someone at the end of the straightaway.
30 seconds
We
to
can
the
get
start
this
of the
one
race.
going. If you were sitting in the pits bored, now's your time to shine. Thank you, my friend. All right, laps to be Aaron in the 1, Ryan in the
15 seconds to
2.
the start of the
Leave a
race.
spot open in the 3 for Brad, Robert in the 4, and Brian in the 5. All
Less
right.
than 5.
Corners look alive. Drivers look prepared. Keep it clean on the sound of the tone. And we are off right here. Modified buggy. Heat 1. Robert, Ryan, and Brian.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Aaron Brooks, Robert Bacozzi, and Ryan Rivas.
One, two, and three. Aaron, Ryan, Robert. Ryan squeezes away past Bacozzi on the last lap. Bacozzi gets it a little off on the big jump. Going to give Brooks and Rivas some breathing room. Nice cornering out of McCall there.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Aaron Brooks, Ryan Rivas, and Robert
Oh
Bacozzi.
man, Brooks gets it wrong. Rivas shoots. I don't know if that was under, but it looked pretty close. Regardless, cool looking pass. Rivas up to the 1. Brooks down to the 2. Bacozzi there in the 3. Marcroft in the 4. Ryan Rivas 13-1 last time around. New fast lap of the race. His fast lap of the race. Brooks with a 13-4. His
The top
fast.
drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert Bacozzi.
Right now, Rivas, Brooks, Bacozzi, and Marcroft been these same standings for a few laps now. Bacozzi with a 13-3, his fast.
Three minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert Bacozzi.
Right now, Ryan Hot Pockets Rivas 4 seconds over Aaron Brooks. Aaron's got 4.5 over Bacozzi, and Bacozzi's got 12 seconds over Marcroft. Rivas with a 13-1, new fast lap. Your leader, that black, red, and orange car. It's got the yellow tires. Ryan's looking good here. Just got to keep it clean for another 2 minutes.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert Bacozzi.
3:15 down. 1:45 left to go. Rivas trying to put the entire pack a lap down. .330 down, 130 left, 330 down, 130 still to go.
After 3 minutes 33 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert Bacozzi.
All right, with a little over a minute left, Bacozzi is just now getting back into striking range of Aaron.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert Bacozzi.
Just like everything lined up perfectly.
45 seconds left.
Yeah.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 34 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Rivas, Aaron Brooks, and Robert
20
Bacozzi.
seconds left to go here. Ryan, Aaron, Robert, and Brian.
15 seconds left.
Bacozzi trying to make a pass happen here. He's got 10 seconds left. It says they are not going to make a buy for one time.
Aaron Brooks done. Robert Bacozzi done. Ryan Rivas done. All drivers are
And
finished.
there we
Ryan Marcroft
go. Ryan with the win. Aaron with the 2. Bacozzi with the 3. Two-wheeled modified buggy. Heat 2.
Sammy Moran. 1 minute to the start of the race. Justin Hall. Fearless leader. Ashon Bristol. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's see, a few volunteers needed. At least one at the end of the
15
straightaway
seconds
still.
to the start of the race. Less
One
than 5.
more corner. We got it? All right, cool. Jeff, run your car across the line, and we'll line them up.
Jeff Phelps.
Here, one sec. Here, lineup is Ash, Justin, Sammy, Jeff, and Kevin. All righty. Corners ready, drivers ready. Hit that pink and yellow car on the sound of the.
After 30 seconds.
All right, let's take a look at running order here. We got Ash out in the 1, Justin Hall not far back in the 2, Sammy in the 3, Jeff in the 4, Kevin in the 5.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Jeff Phelps.
Right now, Ash has gotten himself up to almost a 3-second gap over second place. Straight away, it is clear.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Jeff Phelps.
Years is like, whoa. Good corner, Bokosi. 2 down, 3 to go. 2 down, 3 to
3
go.
minutes after 2 minutes 1 second.
Ash,
The top
Sammy,
drivers
Justin,
are Ashon
Jeff,
Bristol,
and
Sammy
Kevin.
Moran, and Justin Hall.
Okay, cool. What was your last name?
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Jeff Phelps.
All right, 240 down, 220 left to go. Ash, Sammy, Jeff, Justin. Stand. It's really poor sportsmanship to walk off the driver's stand.
The top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Jeff Phelps.
Running order, Ash, Sammy, Jeff, and Justin.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Justin Hall.
1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. We started with 5. We are down to 3. As long as you don't break, you have a podium spot. Ash in the 1, Sammy 2.5 seconds back, Justin 9 seconds back.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Justin Hall. 45 seconds left.
minutes down, last 30 seconds left. Keep on chugging, Justin.
seconds
I know I
left.
loosened some
After
of their
4
wheel
minutes,
nuts. I don't know
32
how they have all their
seconds,
tires
the top
still.
drivers are Ashon Bristol, Sammy Moran, and Justin Hall.
20 seconds left to go.
15 seconds left.
Five seconds. As long as Ash keeps all 4 tires on the ground, he should lock this one up.
Justin Hall done.
Justin, you're done. Ash with the
Moran
win.
done.
Sammy 2, Justin 3.
The race is completed.
All right, we'll be getting into the open now. Yo, Alexander, would you be able to call this? I kind of just want to eat a little bit. Thanks, homie.
One minute to the start of the race. Graydon Edwards. Andrea Sarver.
Those out to the track, please. Corner marshal out to the track. I need someone down the other end of the driver's stand. I need 2 in the middle. Someone over at the Protect
1
banner
minute
at
to
the
the
start of the
start of the
straightaway.
race.
Thank you. What's that? Hey, if someone could get Terry in the hole. If I get a marshal up by me and a marshal at the end of the straightaway.
45 seconds to the start
Again,
of
if I
the
could
race.
get a couple more volunteers. All right, stand. Again, if I get some marshals out here. Anyone. I'll take anyone, come on.
15 seconds
Thank
to
you.
the start of the race.
2 more marshals, if I get 2 more marshals out to the track, please. 2 more. Anyone.
Less than 5.
Volunteers. Thank you, Earl. Okay. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. Tony on the tone. Here we go. Seth. Graydon. Steve. Matt. Andre. Andrea. Terry. All right. Caution getting on the straight. All clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Steve Sarver, and Seth Rhodes.
All right, caution sweeper, stay inside on sweeper, stay inside on sweeper, clear. All right, after the first 45 seconds, we have Graydon down the 1, Steve in the 2, Seth in the 3, Tony in the 4, Andrea in the 5, Andre in the 6. 2 drops, looks like Matt and Terry have bumped it from this. Terry's back in. 4 minutes on the clock now. Caution at Karen, caution going through the table
After 1
section,
minute
all
left,
clear.
the top drivers are Seth Rhodes, Tony Wilson, and Steve Sarver.
All right, let's pull that guy. .340 on the clock. Surprised Terry doesn't have like 6 more cars he could just throw out there real quick. All right, 3:30 on the clock. Caution get out straight, clear.
After 1 minute 30
Tony
seconds,
leading us around, Seth in
the
2,
top
Steve in the
drivers
3,
are Tony Wilson,
Graydon in the 4,
Seth
Andre in the
Rhodes,
5,
and
Andre
Steve
in the
Sarver.
6. Caution after Chad, clear. Around Seth in 2, Steve in 3, Graydon in 4, Andre in the 5,
3
Andrea
minutes
in the
left.
6.
The top drivers are Tony Wilson, Seth Rhodes, and Steve Sarver.
Fast lap 15, 3:59. Everyone kind of spaced out 1 and 2, both on a sun. One goes up to a 19.512. Steve 18.503. Seth 18.511. Caution in the middle. Clear. Don't hit Darren. He's a very nice guy.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds.
Well, not what
the
Earl
top
says,
drivers
but, you
are
know,
Tony
the rest
Wilson,
of us think
Steve
so.
Sarver, and Seth Rhodes.
I mean, what? All right, 2:20 on the clock.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second.
Less than
the top
2 minutes
us
now.
are Tony Wilson,
Tony
Steve
still
Sarver,
leading us
and
around.
Seth
Steve in the
Rhodes.
2, Seth in the 3, Gray in the 4, Andre in the 6, or in the 5, Andrea in the 6. Fast line out 14, 9, 8, 9. Caution by Chad, clear.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Seth Rhodes, and Steve Sarver.
$1:15 now on the clock. One minute now.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Seth Rhodes,
Gap
and Steve
between
Sarver.
1 and 2 now, 13 seconds.
$45 seconds left.
45 seconds. Stock buggy will be up after this. 35 seconds now.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Steve Sarver. 15 seconds left.
Caution at Karen, caution at Karen. Keep
Tony
going until she
Wilson
calls
done.
you done.
Graydon Edwards done. Seth Rhodes done. Steve Sarver done.
Track's still live, track's still live. Still waiting on 2 cars.
Andre Ayamaz done.
One more. One more.
All
There
drivers
we go,
are
that's
finished.
the race. Drop
Andrea
the cars
Sarver
off,
done.
get right back out to Marshall.
The race is completed.
Alrighty. 17-5,
Chris
two-wheel
Sarver.
out to the track.
Tony Wilson. Andrew Tuttle. Yoder. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's see. Still need someone at the end of the straightaway, and need someone in the middle next to the orange
30
cones.
seconds.
Cool. Thank you.
Less than 5.
Well, let's see. Well, we'll give him a minute over there. In the meantime, hey, Chris, could I have you run across the line real quick? Let's make sure that transponder is all hooked up. Huh. Well, I've got 5 of you guys right now, but there's 4 people who should be in this race. So, because there'd be Chris, Matt, Tony, and Andrew. And then there's someone else's extra up there right now. All right, then are you all good to go? You're all fixed up? Cool. All right, lineup's gonna be Chris in the 1, Matt in the 2, Tony 3, Andrew 4. With that said, only Chris on the sound of the tone. Matt, Tony, Andrew. Bang.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Chris Sarver, Tony Wilson, and Andrew Tuttle.
Let's see. Your current TQ in 17.5 is Graydon Edwards. He did 25.09
4
with the
minute
4.
1 minute 1 second. The top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder.
Right now, Tony Wilson on a very early 25.08 with a 5. On pace for a second faster than TQ run. 3.5 minutes still to go.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder.
Tony picking up the pace, now on a 25.05.
3 minutes left.
Right now we got Tony, Chris, Matt, and Andrew. Tony on pace to putting himself on a TQ run. At the moment, nobody else is gaining time. In fact, they'd be losing positions because Tony's moving up so much.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder.
Tony down to a 20, almost a whole lap over the rest of the field.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder.
1:45 left to go. Tony still in the 1 on a 25.03 with a 5. A solid 6 seconds ahead of our current TQ.
After
4 minutes down. One final minute
1 minute
left to
left.
go.
After 4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder.
Man, Tony just keeps getting faster and faster.
45 seconds
I
left.
keep expecting him to slow down a little bit, but no, he's just inching closer and closer to that 21 lap run. He's running out of time to get it though. He's on a 25.03 with a 6. He's got 30 seconds left to go. I don't know if it's gonna be possible.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 33 seconds, the top drivers are Tony Wilson, Chris Sarver, and Yoder. "15 seconds left.
10 seconds left to go. Three seconds. Keep on going until you hear your name. Keep on going. Keep on going.
Tony Wilson done.
All right, there is Tony. Track still live.
Chris Sarver done.
And
All
that
drivers are
is your
finished.
race.
Yoder done.
Only person gaining any standings is Tony. Tony shooting all the way up. He is your new TQ. by a little under 6 seconds.
The race is completed. Graydon Edwards. Terry Brown. Brian Matz. Brian Campbell. 1 minute to the start of the race. Steve Sarver. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, let's get some quarter marshals out to the track. Let's see, you need someone at the end of the straightaway, someone to hang out up here next to me.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah. Got checks on everyone. Need 2 quarter marshals still. 2 volunteer marshals.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
While we wait on some volunteers to get out there, lineup's gonna be Graydon, then Terry, Brian, Steve, and Brian. Brian
Less than
Campbell
5.
3, Brian Mattis 5. 1 more corner marshal up here next to me. You'll cover it? Okay. It's not gonna mess with your mojo? All right. Only Graydon on the sound of the tone. Terry. Brian. Steve. Brian. All right. And we are off here. All of a sudden, there is a lot on the
After
line.
30 seconds.
You
the top
guys thought
drivers
you were
are
all
Brian
safe
Matz,
with your 1 through
Graydon
5
Edwards,
spots.
and Terry Brown.
Tony came in, bumped you all down, and you have quite a bit of time to gain here, or I guess lose. One down, 4 to go. 1 down and 4 to
4 minutes
go.
left. The top drivers are Brian Matz, Graydon Edwards, and Terry Brown.
Brian coming out of the gate strong here. He's on a 25 flat, now down to a 25.02 pace. Graydon on a 25.05, Terry 25.11, 3 with a 5. Out of Tony Wilson.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Brian Matz, Graydon Edwards, and Terry Brown.
Right now, only person on a faster pace is, well, now no one. Brian right now is half a second off of Tony's pace. He's got 3 minutes, 10 seconds left here. Got Brian in the 1, Graydon a second back, Terry a second back from Graydon, Brian 4.2 seconds back from Terry, and Steve under a 10th back from Brian. Graydon up
After
to the
2
1,
minutes 31
Brian
seconds,
Mattis down to the
top
2.
drivers are Graydon Edwards, Brian Matz, and Terry Brown.
Terry Brown taking over the top spot. Graydon
2 minutes
2,
left.
Brian
After 3
3.
minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Terry Brown, Graydon Edwards, and Brian Matz.
This is looking to be a little bit of a slower round here for the stock drivers. The only person gaining any time right now is Brian. Brian Mattis on a 19.5 flat run now. Would put him 4th on the grid, now up to a 20 lap run, but just barely. Keep it clean.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Terry Brown, Graydon Edwards, and Brian Matz.
Looks like Terry's starting to flirt with the idea of taking over the second spot. He's just a tenth ahead of it, though. He's got 1 minute, 10 seconds to keep it clean, keep it quick.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Graydon Edwards, Terry Brown, and Brian Matz.
.45 seconds left to
45
go.
seconds left.
Graydon in the 1 on 25.10, Terry in the 2 on 25.11, Brian Madison in the 3, 19.503, Steve Sarver in the 4, 19.510.
30 seconds left.
Half a
Brian
second
Matz.
off of their previous round runs, and they were right there with each other. 15 seconds left to go. Five seconds. All right, keep going till you hear your name. Keep going till you hear your name.
Graydon Ed- Steve Sarver done.
All right, that's your race right there. Terry actually gets it by 1/10 of a second on the
race is
last lap.
concluded.
With that said, let's see, disappeared on me. Terry Brown, Brian Mattis,
Rio
and
Mulder.
Brian Campbell in that order.
Thomas Tran.
I am alive. What's up? Oh, yeah.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we got checks on everyone. How we doing on corners? Need one more at the end of the straightaway, it looks like.
45 seconds to the
Yeah,
start
need
of the
one
race.
volunteer marshal at the end of the straight. Actually, looks like we got someone on it. Perfect. Alanis Nabi, Thomas, Alexander, Kevin, Rio, Earl, and Darren. With that said, only
30
Thomas on the
seconds
sound
to
of
the
the
start of the
tone.
race.
Kevin. Yeah, I have to fix it. Earls. Oh, I thought that's what you're looking at.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Earl Newton, Lil Putton, and Fearless Leader. After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Fearless Leader, Lil Putton, and Earl Newton.
All right, minute 15 into this one, 3:45 still to go. We got Thomas out in the 1, Kevin 2, Rio 3, Alexander 4, Darren 5, and Rio 25.10, Darren 19.502, and Earl
After 1 minute
18.503.
30 seconds, the top drivers are Thomas Tran, Fearless Leader, and Lil Putton.
Kevin up to the 1 right there. Thomas Tran, 4/10 of a second back now. Rio 3, Alexander 4, Darren 5, Earl 6.
3 minutes After left. 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Fearless Leader, Thomas Tran, and Rio Mulder.
Kevin extends his lead, now a second over Thomas. Oh. Is that thing still moving? Okay, just the body.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Fearless Leader, Thomas Tran, and Lil Putton.
All right. right, Thomas out of the 1. Kevin, 2 seconds back from Thomas now. Rio, 0.4 of a second back from Kevin. Alexander, 100th of a second back from Rio. Alexander up to the 2. Kevin to the 4. Rio to the 3. We got cars going every which way.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Thomas Tran, Lil Puddin, and Fearless Leader.
.330 down. A minute and a half left to go. Mr. Kevin Focht up to the top spot
After
once
3 minutes,
again.
31 seconds,
0.3 of a
the
second
top
ahead
drivers are
of
Fearless Leader,
Thomas.
Thomas Tran, and Rio Mulver.
I mean, that's what makes him so smart. He realized he needed to adjust the aerodynamics of his body a minute into the race. Yeah, it's a reverse oval. All right, 4 minutes down, 1 left to go. 1.2
1 minute
seconds
left.
is the separation
After
between
4
your
minutes,
top
2
two
seconds,
drivers.
The top drivers are Fearless Leader, Thomas Tran, and Rio Mulver.
Let's see. Oh, all of a sudden we got a battle for
45
2.
seconds left.
Thomas, 4 seconds back from Kevin. Alexander, 1/10 of a second back from Thomas. Rio, 4/10 of a second back from Alexander. Alexander to the 2, Thomas 3, Rio 4. 30 seconds
30
left to
seconds
go,
left.
drivers.
After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Fearless Leader, Lil Puddin, and Thomas Tran.
Kevin on a 25.01, Alexander 25.05, Thomas 25.06, Rio
15
25.07,
seconds left.
Earl 19.502, and Darren 19.514. 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Keep going till you hear your name.
Fearless Leader done.
Full more. There's Rio. 2 cars still live.
Earl
Track
Newton done.
is live.
All drivers are finished.
And that is your
Darren
race.
Smith done.
Kevin Focht taking on that one and taking over TQ. Rio 2, Thomas 3, Alexander 4.
The race is completed.
All right, 13.5 Wheeler out to the track.
One minute to the start of the race. Tail whip. Chris Sarver. Terry Brown. 45 seconds to the start of the race. Todd Templeman.
All right, we got checks on, everybody. We got corners out there. Let's close down straight away. Line these cars up. Be Mike,
30
Terry,
seconds to
Chris,
the start of the
and
race.
Todd. Gonna try and start picking up the pace in between rounds here now that we're into the swing of things. All right.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Only Mike on the sound of the tone. Go. 13.5 4-wheel live on the track. The pace to beat 21.506 out of Mike from last round. Let's see what these drivers can do here.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
All right, coming up on 1 minute into this one. Terry Brown from downtown up at the 1. It was short-lived. He is now in 2. He's 5 seconds
Under
back.
1 minute.
Mike back to the
top
1.
drivers
Terry
are Tail
2.
Whip,
Chris
Terry
3.
Brown,
Todd
and Chris
4.
Sarver.
Chris and Todd. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fast lap on the track. 14 flat out of Mike.
After 1 minute 30
Next
seconds,
fastest, 15
the top
flat out of
drivers are Tail
Terry.
Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver. Three minutes After left. 2 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
All right. 2:15 down. 2:45 still left. Mike, Terry, Chris, and Todd. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just how they qualified. Just how they're qualifying in the second one.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
Three minutes down. 2 minutes still left to go.
2
Mike,
minutes
Terry,
left.
Chris, and
After 3
Todd.
minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris Sarver.
$1:40 to go. Same deal, same fast lap, same positioning. Got about 20 seconds between each car.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry Brown, and Chris.
Man, I already talked about paint schemes. I need something else. A minute left to go. Our closest battles between Mike and Terry.
1 minute
21
left.
seconds.
.30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Tail Whip, Terry
25
Brown,
seconds
and
left
Chris
to go.
Sarver.
Oh my gosh. Chris got a new fast lap. 14.9. Todd, 16.8. He got a new fast lap.
15
First
seconds
changes
left.
I've seen on here.